Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo turns a simple idea into a clever, action-packed adventure full of personality and style. The mix of precise platforming and inventive yo-yo mechanics keeps every stage engaging, while puzzles challenge reflexes and creativity in equal measure. Its quirky visuals and lively soundtrack bring real energy to each moment, making progress consistently rewarding. Every level feels thoughtfully made, packed with small details that make it stand out. A refreshing, imaginative platformer that's hard to put down once it hooks you. Just Shapes and Beats turns chaos into rhythm in the best way possible. The mix of pulsing music and sharp visual design keeps every stage exciting and unpredictable. Each track syncs perfectly with the on-screen patterns, creating a non-stop rush that makes every close call feel rewarding. The cooperative mode enhances the fun, pushing players to coordinate movement and timing under pressure. It's a rhythm action game that balances challenge and energy effortlessly, keeping the adrenaline high and the beats impossible to forget.
But don't let this happen to—
Gotta Protector's Card of Darkness is a hilarious and energetic mix of retro action and tower defense that keeps the chaos fun from start to finish. Its colorful pixel art pops with personality, while the electric soundtrack drives the momentum perfectly. Every level feels like a fresh challenge, encouraging teamwork, strategy, and a bit of madness. The gameplay strikes a great balance between simplicity and depth, turning quick sessions into hours of non-stop fun filled with laughter, wild moments, and pure arcade spirit.
Octopodal, aqueductified, and extremely pagan.
Trover Saves the Universe is a wildly funny and absurd adventure that keeps the laughs coming at every turn. The dialogue feels fresh and spontaneous, while the characters are bizarre in all the right ways. The story grows stranger but somehow stays engaging, and the gameplay is simple yet satisfying, with clever puzzles and enjoyable combat moments. Its unique humor and creativity make each level memorable, creating an unforgettable journey that entertains from start to finish with non-stop energy and personality.
You must find the Crystal of Epicles.
Drova stands out with its dark atmosphere and thoughtfully crafted world. Every forest trail and forgotten ruin carries a sense of purpose, inviting players to uncover hidden truths. Combat feels responsive and rewarding, demanding timing and focus rather than button mashing. The moral choices are meaningful, shaping how each encounter unfolds. Detailed pixel art and an evocative soundtrack strengthen its tone, drawing players deeper into its somber setting. It's the kind of action RPG that rewards exploration, reflection, and a willingness to face difficult choices. Fury Unleashed is a dynamic comic book experience that immerses players in a living comic book world where ink is a valuable resource. The game has a powerful combo system that allows players to learn the art of faultless gameplay. Customization choices allow players to select between the hard difficulty and the easy mode, unlocking more difficult settings such as Incredible and Legendary. The game also includes a rogue elite with soft permadeath, in which players can deliberately choose objects to help them progress through the game and win permanent enhancements for future runs upon death.
Codename Jupiter Hell.
Jupiter Hell delivers a brutal, atmospheric fusion of turn-based tactics and roguelike intensity, wrapped in a gritty sci-fi aesthetic. Every move matters, every shot counts, and that tension fuels an addictive gameplay loop. The heavy metal soundtrack pulses with energy, amplifying the chaos as demons close in. Procedurally generated levels keep each run fresh, while deep character builds offer real replay value. It's smart, stylish, and satisfyingly punishing. For fans of strategy with a shot of adrenaline, this one hits like a railgun blast to the chest.
This is an automated warning message. You are approaching the abyss.
The HyperParasite, a malevolent extraterrestrial invading a dismal dystopia from the 1980s, has a grudge against humans. As the parasite, you must battle your way to the top of the pop cultural food chain in order to press the big red button and create the mushroom cloud of finality. You may feed the parasite with over 60 different characters, each having their own distinct assault and smackdown. Track down the host class boss, pull off their brain, and return it to Weedo's shopkeeper. You may use your stolen cash to unlock the character.
North Africa campaign. But what next?
Sniper Elite 4 is a rewarding tactical shooter that makes every shot feel impactful and earned. Its large, detailed maps encourage patience and smart positioning, rewarding careful planning instead of rushing in. The signature slow-motion bullet cam adds satisfying intensity to each successful hit, while the stealth mechanics maintain suspense throughout every mission. With its mix of open environments, varied objectives, and grounded gunplay, the game delivers a gripping sense of precision and strategy that keeps players fully invested in every encounter. Project Warlock is a retro-inspired shooter that pays tribute to the classics while adding its own punchy style. The arsenal is satisfying, with weapons that feel powerful and fun to use against waves of monsters. Levels are varied with secret areas and clever design that encourage exploration. The mix of spellcasting and gunplay adds a layer of strategy that keeps combat fresh. Its chunky pixel art paired with a heavy soundtrack makes each stage feel energetic. What makes it special is how it balances nostalgia with modern touches.
Oh wait, I did.
ANTONBLAST is a chaotic, high-energy platformer that feels like Wario Land turned up to 11. With its chaotic demolition techniques, hand-drawn animations, and thundering music, the game exudes individuality. Smashing through levels as Dynamite Anton is both rewarding and surprising, making each stage a blast literally. The tight controls keep the mayhem in check, making sure that irritation never exceeds enjoyment. It's a brief yet thrilling trip, ideal for fans of fast-paced action. If you enjoy gorgeous, over-the-top platformers, ANTONBLAST is a must-play. Pocket Bravery nails the classic fighting game vibe with bold pixel art, responsive controls, and a slick combo system. The roster feels distinct, with each fighter bringing their own style and energy. Soundtrack pumps with retro flair, enhancing each battle's intensity. Matches are quick, addictive, and full of satisfying depth for both newcomers and veterans. The attention to character design and stage detail shows real care. A solid throwback that respects old-school roots while keeping things fresh and engaging throughout.
You got this.
Nine Sols bursts with style and fierce energy. The hand-drawn art direction is mesmerizing, and the combat flows with a satisfying rhythm that rewards precision and patience. Its world, steeped in Taoist cyberpunk lore, pulls players in with depth and mystery. Every boss fight feels earned, every platforming section purposeful. The soundtrack pulses with emotion, amplifying tense moments and quiet reflections alike. A stunning example of how action and narrative can strike a perfect harmony without compromise.
Still waiting. He ain't looking like the old king.
Regalia of Men and Monarchs is a strategic role-playing game set in a distant country, with the player inheriting a debt-ridden monarchy. They begin on a journey to reclaim their family's legacy, which includes difficult turn-based fights, various missions, and distinct monsters. The game has a combination of comedy and grandeur. Players must recruit courageous warriors, administer regions, and form alliances to assure prosperity and expansion. The world is exquisitely designed with breathtaking vistas, dynamic cities, and lovely villages.
Regalia to its former glory.
Pleased to meet you. Wuppo is an enormous adventure game with hand-drawn graphics, a rich soundtrack, and a big universe to discover. Players may participate in a co-op mode, meet weird animals, and use their wit and charm to conquer obstacles. The game takes players on a fantastic trip filled with colorful characters, difficult riddles, and hidden mysteries. Players may interact with varied species as they explore the colorful environment, which includes busy towns and mystical woodlands. Wuppo's compelling soundtrack provide an immersive gaming experience that will keep players engaged for hours. Evoland Legendary Edition is a clever tribute to the history of RPGs, shifting art styles and gameplay mechanics as the journey progresses. From pixel sprites to 3D models, each change reflects a different era in gaming with humor and creativity. Combat evolves alongside the visuals, keeping things fresh without overcomplicating. Music tracks are catchy and nostalgic, perfectly matching the visual shifts. A thoughtful love letter to retro and modern RPGs alike, with just the right touch of humor and variety. Dorfs Hammers for Hire is an arcade co-op adventure that follows a gang of dwarven weapon crafters and armorsmiths as they travel a lively world to deliver vital weapons to soldiers in need. The game includes a co-op campaign in which players team up with up to 3 teammates to navigate 5 distinct zones with 30 stages. The Arcade Classic mode adds 10 levels for a more informal experience, allowing players to test out different strategies and playstyles. In the Versus Battle mode, players compete in a 2 versus 2 format over 5 diverse arenas. Iron Meat is a run-and-gun shooter in which players enter a chaotic world ruled by the Meat, an interdimensional biomass. It combines classic arcade and console gameplay with 9 levels of gory action. Players battle mutants and robots, evading bullet storms and defeating dangerous monsters. The game has 3 difficulty levels, with harsher settings resulting in more dramatic boss battles. Players may also work together in a 2-player couch co-op to defeat the Meat invasion. With over 30 unlocked skins, players may fully customize their avatars. Kill Knight is a fast-paced top-down action game set in the Abyss, where players must defeat the final angel. The game has 5 Eldritch layers, each more deadly than the last, and a slick, minimalist design with vintage images. The game also includes an Endermal Conquest mode, in which players can obtain new equipment for their knight's arsenal. The game features an immersive, otherworldly environment with a retro-inspired aesthetic, and players can climb the global leaderboards to compete against friends for high-score dominance. Go Mecha Ball is a fast-paced twin-stick shooter with arcade roguelike features. Players may move through 4 different environments, each having its own set of adversaries and obstacles by walking, shooting, or rolling. With over 25 weapons and 20 unique abilities, gamers may personalize their mechs to conquer the battlefield. The game has bright 3D sceneries and a dynamically created music. Players may improve their gameplay by flying over obstacles, bouncing off bumpers, and riding updrafts. The game is an immersive audio-visual experience with an enthralling soundtrack. 8-Bit Adventures 2 is a nostalgic love letter to classic JRPGs, blending retro visuals with modern polish. The turn-based combat is fast, strategic, and never overstays its welcome, while the cast of characters is charming and well-written. What really shines is the story, emotional, funny, and full of heart, with surprising depth. The soundtrack perfectly captures that 8-bit magic, enhancing every moment. It's clear this game was made with passion, and it delivers a genuinely fun and memorable RPG experience. Ninja 5-0 is a fast-paced throwback that nails the feel of classic arcade action. The controls are sharp, making every jump, dash, and sword swipe feel purposeful. Enemies and level layouts demand quick reflexes and smart planning, keeping the intensity high. The retro visuals and energetic soundtrack sync perfectly with the game's rhythm. What stands out most is the satisfying mix of stealth and action, creating a thrilling pace that never drags. A standout hidden gem for fans of old-school ninja games. Explore the world with Terry's flip-flops, a lovable figure on a mission to discover the true essence of life in the picturesque village of Spranklewater. You embark on a beautiful voyage full of fun. The game has a beautiful open environment, a wonderful story, and an exciting journey in Terry's own car. Collecting turbo junk increases the vehicle's boost powers, making your travels even more exciting. Catching colorful insects, hunting for hidden riches, destroying automobiles, and amassing cash are all enjoyable activities that unlock new products and upgrades. Trident's tale sets a steady course through myth and magic, where underwater ruins and ancient powers create a world full of wonder. The combat sticks with a satisfying rhythm, mixing spear skills and spell work in a way that feels earned. Environments carry depth, with each new location urging exploration. Music lingers just right, never too loud, never too faint. It's not just about battling sea beasts, there's quiet reflection between the waves. For those seeking adventure with a touch of mystery, this one flows just right. Fate Reawakened rekindles the magic of classic dungeon crawlers with a strong modern edge. Its randomized worlds, rewarding loot drops, and responsive combat make every adventure feel new and engaging. The art style radiates nostalgic warmth, and the soundtrack complements each encounter perfectly. Progression feels meaningful, encouraging deeper exploration and clever builds. It's a game that values both simplicity and depth, delivering endless replayability for anyone who enjoys getting lost in the thrill of adventure and discovery. CUSTODIAN is a clever and fun action-adventure with sharp humor and creative world design. The combat is snappy, the controls feel responsive, and each area is packed with secrets worth exploring. The ghostly janitor premise sets it apart with personality, and the art direction gives the environments a unique flavor. It balances combat and exploration nicely, with smart upgrades that encourage backtracking. A solid choice for those looking for something both weird and rewarding without taking itself too seriously. Chronicles of the Wolf is a striking action RPG that combines atmospheric storytelling with satisfying combat. The world feels alive, filled with rich landscapes and detailed environments that encourage exploration. Battles strike a good balance between strategy and action, keeping each encounter engaging. The soundtrack adds depth to every moment, amplifying both tension and calm. Characters are written with care, making each interaction meaningful. As the journey continues, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl is an exhilarating platform game in which players take control of renowned Nickelodeon characters from decades past. The game has a range of modes, including online multiplayer, local co-op, and a single-player story to appeal to diverse player types. Players may work together to defeat difficult bosses or compete in heated one-on-one bouts to become the ultimate Nickelodeon champion. The game has amazing graphics and an exciting soundtrack that will keep players engaged and ready to fight. Maliki Poison of the Past delivers a heartfelt narrative wrapped in striking hand-drawn art and clever platforming. The emotional depth of the story unfolds beautifully, touching on themes of identity, trauma, and self-acceptance with surprising nuance. Every frame feels alive, thanks to fluid animations and a distinct visual style that stands out immediately. Puzzles are smartly integrated, never breaking immersion, and the gameplay flows smoothly alongside the unfolding drama. It's a short, powerful journey that resonates deeply both visually and emotionally, a true hidden gem worth experiencing. This trip leads you to the peak of Montgon, a gorgeous mountain, where you'll experience the beauty of friendship and the power of working together to achieve a common objective. You'll befriend the mountain's occupants and learn from their experiences, forming long-lasting friendships. To reach the peak, you must acquire a magical broom, which improves your flying powers and opens up new pathways and adventures. Mika, the protagonist, will glide over the air, delivering parcels to the island's people and collecting money to purchase different brooms with various flying features. Into the Restless Ruins draws players into a mysterious world brimming with secrets, eerie landscapes, and cleverly designed puzzles. The pacing keeps tension steady, while the art direction creates a sense of wonder and unease. Combat feels fluid, rewarding precision and timing without being punishing. The soundtrack enhances every shadowed corridor and forgotten chamber. As each layer of the ruins unravels, the journey becomes more absorbing. A memorable adventure that thrives on atmosphere, curiosity, and clever design choices. Beyond the Ice Palace, 2 embraces a classic action-adventure feel with a fresh sense of energy. The combat feels responsive, the environments are layered with secrets, and the retro-inspired art direction sets a nostalgic yet engaging tone. The progression keeps momentum strong, rewarding exploration with meaningful upgrades and challenging encounters. Each stage balances platforming with combat in a way that keeps things engaging. It feels like a worthy step forward and a satisfying journey through mystical landscapes. Battle Princess Madelyn revives the spirit of classic arcade adventures with genuine heart and personality. The pixel art is detailed and full of life, while the soundtrack fits each scene with energy and emotion. Combat feels rewarding, and the game strikes a fine balance between challenge and fairness. Each stage feels thoughtfully designed, packed with clever enemies and a sense of discovery. It's a heartfelt homage to retro platformers that manages to feel new, engaging, and full of purpose without losing its nostalgic roots. Super cute aliens adventure beams with color, clever level design, and upbeat energy. Every world pops with personality, and the platforming stays fun without feeling punishing. The soundtrack is light and catchy, pairing well with the visual style. Controls feel responsive, and each new ability adds a fresh twist. It keeps things engaging with smart pacing and fun character interactions. A delightful little journey that keeps things light while still keeping the challenges interesting and satisfying through each stage. Frog Detective: The Entire Mystery is a charming, quirky collection that bundles all 3 delightfully odd cases into one package. The humor is lighthearted and genuinely funny, with lovable characters and silly dialogue that never takes itself too seriously. Each mystery is simple but engaging, making it perfect for a relaxed evening of cozy gaming. The art style is whimsically minimalistic, adding to its offbeat appeal. It's a short, sweet adventure that doesn't overstay its welcome and leaves you smiling long after the final case is closed.